Okay, so Shabbat Shalom, everybody. So last week I was talking about a name that we are called by, Jews or Yehudim, and it means a people of thanksgiving, right? People of thanksgiving, Yehuda and Jews, okay? This week we have some more names that we're called by. Well, maybe not really called by them, but sometimes we're called by them. One of them at least. Well, we have these more names. We have Ya'akov, and we also have Yisrael. We're not really called by Ya'akov, but we are definitely called by Israel, right? And so what are these? So there's something like these spiritual connections to these names, right? Or it's meanings to these names, right? So the name Ya'akov has this different way you could break it up, right? And so in the Hebrew, our sages broke it into two parts. They broke it into the letter Yud and then Ekev, the rest of it. So it was Yud Ekev, and I guess symbolically the Yud means like this divine spark, right? This connection to Hashem. The Yud He Vav He, the Yud part is that divine spark in us. And the Kev is the heel, right? The heel, you heel on your foot, very insensitive, tough. Like it's almost like this idea of maybe like a tough outer shell that you have, and then maybe this divine spark is inside the shell, right? And then we have, so then I guess then you can think of the idea, right? Think of the idea of as we're living in this world, we are kind of like this tough outer shell when we're dealing with the world, right? We're going out, we're doing our job, we're doing whatever we need to do, school, job, dealing with the secular world, and we're kind of this tough outer shell when we're just doing what we need to do. And then when Shabbat comes around, we kind of let the spark in, and we're like keeping Shabbat and doing everything that we need to do on Shabbat, and the world doesn't matter anymore, right? It's like this switch. We're doing this switch every week, right? We're doing this switch. Most of the week we're just like secular, and then one day a week we are holy, set aside, right? And so this is like the Ya'akov state. You're in this Ya'akov state when you're doing this, right? But, we read in this portion that we have a different name, a new name that we were given, and we were given this name, Israel. Israel, the literal meaning, or it says right there in the Torah, you have with God and man, and you have prevailed, right? You're wrestling with God and man. But they also, our sages also kind of broke this word up into pieces as well. And they broke it up into Yesher El. Maybe one of these Hebrew scholars can look at it a little more later on and explain it more to me. But Yesher El is, Yesher is like direct or straight, and then Elohim is to Hashem. So straight to Hashem. So our new name can be looked upon as a straight to Hashem, like a conduit going right to Hashem. That's your new name. You are connected, right? And always that you're not going back and forth. And so the idea is, oftentimes they'll say, well, when Mashiach comes, we will be like this Yesher El. We will be a direct connection. But we don't have to wait for that, because we're already named this already. We already have this name. So we need to elevate ourselves now, right? And Yeshua spoke about this a little bit. He's had a few quotes. One of the quotes that came to mind was this one in Matthew. It says, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." So, if we were following Yeshua's words about, being Yesher El, Israel, we're gonna be shining all the time, not only on Shabbat, but all week. We'll all be shining all the time, right? We're letting others see our good deeds, and they will see that we are connected to Hashem, and they will also, worship Hashem, follow Hashem, glorify Hashem. And so, that's it's really, really cool. And so now comes the I guess the practical example. What can we do today? What is your challenge? This challenge. And I don't want this only to be 1 week challenge. I want this to be like all the time challenge. But let's just start with this week coming up, right? This upcoming weekly challenge I'm giving you is to choose only one mundane activity that you do during this week, okay? One thing that's super mundane. Now here's your examples, right? That could be like washing the dishes, right? A mundane activity. It could be walking to work, walking to school, wherever you're going, or typing an email. Something mundane that you have to do all the time. It becomes very boring. But I want you to uplift it. I want you to make it better. And think about it. What can you do to make these mundane tasks to glorify Hashem, right? What can you do when you're washing the dishes that would glorify Hashem? I mean, you think like, they can't do anything, right? You're just scrubbing dishes. How can you glorify Hashem? Well, now here's an example. You can start singing some praise songs while you're washing the dishes. And your siblings around you, may they join in and start singing as well, right? That would be awesome, right? So those are the kind of things that you can do to change, right? To change it. To move from Ya'akov to Israel, and to change that. So that's just like one example, okay? So that's your challenge this week. And may our light shine, like Yeshua has said. May our name be changed from Ya'akov to Israel. And may that divine spark be opened up all the time. Okay, so that's my message today. So Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. This week's parsha, if we analyze the root of Esau's hatred towards Jacob,